What up, what up, what up, y'all? It's been a long time, and I'm randomly going live right now because I want to dispel this myth. That's right, the myth of male loneliness. Epidemic. Keyword epidemic. Because this narrative out there, there's this epidemic going on. This epidemic going on that men are just out here offing themselves because they so lonely and can't get a woman and all of that. So I want to come and I want to just bring the receipts. You know, for everybody rocking with me, cool, hit the like or whatever. This is impromptu, so it is what it is and it is what it ain't. You dig? So let me just hop right on into the hot on right on tip. Let me just hop right into the right on tip. So boom, 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 bang, bang. Let me show y'all the receipts. I'm coming with the receipts. See that right there? You see that right there? You see that right there? Step into the light in the comments. I put the link in the back chat if you want to come on up to the Steez age. Alrighty. So this is the Pew Research Center. Pew Research Center. Men, women, and social connectors. Roughly equal. There's not more, that's not less. Roughly equal shares of U.S. men and women say that they often lonely. Women are more likely to reach out to a wider network for emotional support. That's them is two different things. A loneliness epidemic versus one group of people being these two groups of people being equally lonely, but one side is more likely to do something about it. Let me bring up Step to the Light to the stage. Shout out to the sister Step to the Light. So hold on, let me get my spiel before you. Well, say hello first.
Hi, and my name is Step Into the Light.
Step to the Light. That's what I said. All right,
Yeah.
so let me read this again for the good people in the back. Men, women, social connections, roughly equal shares of men and women in the United States say that they lonely. Women are more likely to reach out to a wider network for emotional support. That's not saying that there's an epidemic. Oh, men are just way more lonely than women. No, that whole shit is being skewed to paint a goddamn narrative. As a public debate and often discussion over this status of men in America continues to have raised concerns about men's struggles with loneliness. A Pew Research, let me hold on before y'all say this is old, January 16, 2025. All right, for y'all say this is old news, All right, a Pew Research Center survey finds that compared to women, men don't report that they feel lonely more often or have fewer friends. Read that again. A Pew Research Center survey finds that compared to women, men don't report that they feel lonely more than women. Let's knock it off. About 1 in 6 Americans, that means male and female, say that they feel lonely or isolated from those around them all or most of the time, including roughly equal shares of men and women. About 4 in 10 adults say that sometimes they feel lonely, and 47% say that they hardly ever do. Okay. While experiences with loneliness differ while experiences with loneliness, let me say it slow because I'm reading too fast. I'm getting excited. I'm getting beside myself. While experiences with loneliness don't differ by gender, while experiences with loneliness don't differ by gender, they do significantly with age. So older people reported more. About 50 adults younger than 50 are more likely than those ages 50 or older to say that they feel lonely, 22% versus 9%. Across all age groups, adults 65 and older are the most likely to say that they hardly ever or never feel this way. We also asked Americans where they would turn for emotional support if they needed it. Now, this is the part where it all gets misconstrued and shit. So, women are more likely than men. This is the more part, and say they extremely or very likely to turn to each of the following sources for support: their mother, a friend, another family member, or a mental health professional. Hey, 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 shout out in the comments. So let's be clear. This narration that's going around of there's a loneliness epidemic of men, stop it. Men and women, according to the Pew Research Center, men and women experience and report loneliness at the same rate, around the equal rate. The difference is that women are more likely to do something about it. That's the difference. That's the difference. It's not that men are more lonely than women. It's just men don't do nothing about it. Women that go out, talk to their mother, mom, talk to the homegirl, another family member, their cousin or somebody, or go get some therapy. So the real issue of this loneliness thing is it's not that men and women are just dramatically dealing having more or less of it. It's just that women actually do something about it. Now the rest of this stuff, I'm like, if y'all want to hear all the rest of this stuff, it basically reiterates the thing that's going on and on. But I want to bring the panel up so we can. So what you got to say about it?
But wouldn't women doing something about it make all the difference? Because you see more men complaining online than women. And women are known to make community, right? Like you said, family members, friends, children, or whatever. Whereas men don't do it. So psychologically, men would be affected in more higher rates than women by it, right?
No,
Yes.
no, they equally report the same loneliness. The only
No,
difference is that women rectify the loneliness. So if that's the basis of saying, well, we do stuff to feel better, is if that's going to be the argument, okay, that's the argument. It is what it is. But that's not the same thing. Saying that there's an epidemic of men that are experiencing loneliness at a higher rate than women, because that's the false narrative. It's
I
not
didn't
at a
get
higher rate.
I didn't get a
It's
chance to look into it, but I did see something about uh men two times reporting it two times is more than women. And I also after 30, right? And then I also saw something about after 45 that could create like serious health issues for men. So I don't know. I didn't get a chance to look into it because I went to make myself something to eat while I was waiting for you to.
I dig it. I
No.
dig it. I'm gonna. I don't know. Let me see if I'm trying to find the back chat to see where I put that link so I can share it again. Anybody that's want to come up on the panel, I'm gonna put a link in the comments. All you got to do is when you're in the backstage, wave your hand so I can see you, and then I'll let you up, and you can turn your camera off. You don't have to be on the camera. I just want to make sure ain't nobody trying to be weird out here and jump on. But yeah, that's pretty much that's where it is. My case closed, baby. Case closed. You know what I'm saying? Case closed. But so yeah, so to me, that's a separate argument. Of saying this, it's a separate argument from saying that men are experiencing. Hey, hey, in the comments, shout out. I see you. Men are experiencing uh what the word is. I lost it. Loneliness at an elevated rate than women when the study shows that men and women experience it at this around the same
I,
rate. The
but
difference
listen,
is that men don't do nothing about it.
I'm gonna look it up now. I'm gonna see what we're talking
So,
about.
so you saying that my sources a lie? You saying the Pew? You
No,
saying
I'm
you
not.
saying
I'm not saying
you
that the
saying
pew is wrong.
you
I'm
saying the
saying the
Pew? You
pew.
saying that the Pew is wrong? You
No,
saying
no,
the
no.
Pew is
I'm
lying?
not saying. I'm not saying that the pew is wrong. I would never say that the pew is wrong. I'm saying that maybe there's some other type of.
It says right in the top, roughly equal shares of men and women say that they're lonely. The
I,
difference is women are more likely to reach out to a network of for emotional support. So they experience loneliness at roughly the same rate. The difference is men will choose keyword men will choose to wallow in their loneliness. Now
but
that's
I
different.
think that's a problem for anybody though, right? I think everybody should have some type of community around them, whether it's male or female. And I think that that's a problem. Period.
Women are more likely than men to tap into a broader array of resources when they need emotional support. This is the whole with men and women, it's equal 74 to 74%. They say that their spouse. Women are 54% go to their mothers, while men 42, and uh, a friend 38% versus 54%. Another family member, this is where it gets real low for men, 26% to 44% of women. For their father, 27% of men versus 30% of women. That makes sense for women. We can make a whole nother argue about fathers not being around for black men in particular. Um, blah, 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 mental health professional. Nobody's really going to, therapy, but women go far more than men, 16% to 22%. And online platforms, interesting enough, the men's number is 4 and the women's number is 6. That kind of makes sense because you do see a lot more women online sitting in their car, like, I want to tell you a story about what happened with this guy I was dating. And you don't see dudes do that.
You don't see do what?
like like sit in the car and cry, like, I don't deserve this.
You
You see women do that.
you see dudes do it too.
Well, I have yet to see it. It proved that it says that it happens in very small amounts for both. So hey, I'm I just is in very small amounts. So absolutely, absolutely. So now that that's I'm through with it. I made the point. I'm done. This epidemic shit is a myth. It's a myth that it's an
Yeah,
epidemic of men.
they're saying that they're not really lonely. They just wallow.
Right. That's a different thing.
Mhm.
They're wallowing in the issues that they have going on rather than rectify them. And for the ones that want to blame and point the finger, I think those people are weak as hell. Like, why blame? If you got issues, just go rectify it. And if you want to say, well, I can't rectify it because when I try to go I talk to women, they shoot me down. Well, talk to another one. Is more than see, this is especially for men in my age group. We already know these old cliches. There's more than one fish in the sea. The worst thing she could say is no. You go, if she shoots you down, they got another one. What one woman won't do, another woman will. Like, how did all of these things like fade into the darkness? Like,
Yeah, this article that I'm reading today, it mentions the manosphere that's targeting boys and young men, and it's like offering them shelter from from the world.
but that's a different argument. That's
Mm-mm.
that's a group of men that are creating a safe space for men that have a shared experience.
That's
That's like,
borderline.
because it's like what's the late the it was a lady, there was a lady that invented the term incel, and she was
Yeah,
just and she was from Canada, and it wasn't anything derogatory at all. It was just, awkward, socially awkward people that, wasn't hitting it off, needed a space where they could come together and try to hit it off. And she created a space for incels to deal with each other.
You know,
And
she wish she never made that.
huh?
She wish she never made up that whole term. She says the way
It got
that they're
spent.
using it, yeah.
The way it got spun, absolutely. The way it got spun, I absolutely can dig it why she would feel that way.
Yeah, but we gotta figure this out because there was I'm just glancing at this article and it's saying like one of um the markers for loneliness is suicide. And for decades men have had higher rates than women.
Yeah, at actually successfully doing it, but women have the hold the record for the most attempts. So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. This, as I always say, there's always two sides to the coin. Whenever there's a statistic done about men, on the other side of that statistic, there's another one done on the same thing in women.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. It says
so men successfully do it because men tend to do this, and you can't
yeah.
get that. You can't get that wrong. Women will take pills and fall asleep and wake up the next day like, oh, it didn't work. I guess God, I'm supposed to be here, and they'll take that as a
This
sign
is
and never try it again.
this is interesting because it says that in a study conducted between 2018 and 2023, it demonstrates increases in suicide among pre-adolescent and adolescent females, suggesting that the rate may be rising faster among female rather than male youth. These findings do not invalidate male loneliness, rather they contextualize the temperature current frenzy about male loneliness by providing evidence based on data
If you
demonstrating among other things.
drop it in the chat, I could put it on the screen if you want,
I'm on my
in the back chat.
I got you. But I'm on my I'm on my phone with you and then I'm on my laptop. So it's
Oh,
a
I got
Psychology Today. It's an article from, let's see, what's the date on this? July 2025. Is male loneliness a new epidemic or an age-old struggle? Personal perspectives, unpacking the debate around loneliness and anti-male sentiment. So I typed in male loneliness after 30 years old.
what's the name of the article? Because I got 50 of them popped up from Psych Today.
It's
Loneliness, younger men in the U.S. That's from September 4th. You said it was when? This was
July. Well, I mean,
November.
we could look at the September 4th one, but this one is male loneliness a new epidemic or an age old struggle? Where's Sunday?
I don't know. Is she supposed to pop up?
I don't know. So good. Other gender loneliness does not determine loneliness. Gender does not determine loneliness. This is
So,
I
so,
think yeah. Go
so
ahead.
this is the thing. This is like, so me, I'm skimming over this article, and it's basically reminding me of how like certain uh statistics get skewed. Like you'll hear, black women are the least married women, and only 1 in 4
I don't
black
know
women
why.
ever.
This
But
article is really like basically saying
no,
that.
I'm trying to paint. Let me
Go
finish.
ahead, paint your picture. I'm sorry. Go paint your picture.
I'm saying I'm reading this, and it's reminding me of how statistics get skewed. Like they'll say black women this and they're only 1 in 4, but when you look at the statistics, it'll have an age group that says
Mm-hmm.
18 to 24. So yes, it makes sense that people 18 to 24 aren't really getting married. But when you look at 35 to 55, the numbers shoot up to 80%.
Are you sure we looking at the same article? Because
But
I don't
but
see.
no, but this. So I'm saying that marriage, this loneliness statistic reminds me of that marriage statistic because it says in the United States, men aged 15 to 34 report higher levels of loneliness than females in the same group. So to see
Yeah, we not
that's
looking at the same article.
right. I'm looking at the one that's from September 4th. Lo- loneliness, the loneliness of all younger men in the United States, young American males are significantly lower than their foreign counterparts. Um, and it talks about how men 15 to 34 felt more lonely today than in previous years. The national average of 18% of young men versus young women. In the US, there are more likely to be lonely boys than their counterparts a 38 higher across 38 higher income. I don't know what that means. Uh, what are the factors that contribute to this experience of loneliness? The loneliness catalyst, Harvard researcher Melina Bontabnova. I'm sorry if I slaughtered the name, and colleagues for resilience to tech and substance for interaction, messaging, and doom scrolling. My homeboy talks about that with his nephew. It's a lot of people that what you heard of that what doom scrolling is?
No, that
Doom doom
invite me.
doom scrolling is when you be like, okay, I'm finna get up and do something, and then you start doing like this, you start doing like this, and then you look up and it's been like 3 hours. That's doom scrolling.
Oh wow.
That's doom scrolling. Like when you just you get in social media and don't even realize the day didn't passed. Okay. Number two is working long hours and fatigue. Men feel that they're too busy to go out and be social. Declining innovations can't become a habit, leading to fewer invites. If one has to a reasonable level of confidence that is going out with a friend will be enjoyable. This cycle can be broken by just going out and choosing to return early when no one feels tired. Limited community involvement or network to expand one's social network and community and activities. That's what we were talking about earlier. Just get up and go do something. You know what I'm saying? Like the men don't do nothing about it, but the women go out and do something. Girls will go, and even to this day, women will go. You'll go to a happy hour and see a table full of women having happy hour drinks. Very rarely do you see guys do that. Yeah, then it's talking about working remotely, how COVID-19 played a part in the creation of loneliness. Many opted to continue to work from home, limiting in-person interaction and impeding social supportive experiences such as water cooler conversations in the break room, going to lunch together, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, basically, but so people that's over 35, like COVID was only 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, you were 30. So at 30, you didn't know how to socialize already? COVID undid your whole adulthood? I'm
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm calling cap. You know what I mean?
So they have a new study published on November 27th by the Survey Center on American Life.
Uh-huh.
You want to pull it up?
You said it's what?
It's the new study. So I'm reading this in this article. The new study published on November 27th, 2025 by the Survey Center on American Life reveals that the percentage of men under 30 reporting they have no close friend has quintupled in the last 3 decades. Furthermore, the more highlights a growing gap in romantic relationships, with nearly 30% of young men reporting having no intimate partner, a significantly higher figure I need my glasses. I should have bought my glasses at
I
school.
don't see November, but I see December 4th, which
Okay.
is today. That's today, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but this is USA Today. This is news media, so I don't trust news
This
media.
is MSN. MSN. But I'm trying to see. Go to the Survey Center on American Life.
Right.
I guess you can put in new study, and it's published on November 27th on male loneliness.
Uh, what's the exact name of the article?
Hold on, it's an MSN article, but there's no hyperlink, so I can't.
No, just at the name.
Um,
Scroll up at the top of the article. What it is? What's the headline?
I'm looking now. Hold on, give me 1 second. I don't know why. More and more men are single. Study reveals the reason for this crisis. It's an MSN article. But I'm trying to see, I don't understand why they wouldn't have a link to this. Let me see if
Nothing came up for that. I typed it in a search bar. You Google it and see if it comes up.
survey for, okay. Go to the Survey Center on American Life. I think it's 2021, so this can't be what I'm looking for.
See, February. This one says 8 days ago, but this says say adieu to marriage. So people are foregoing marriage. Because I'm on the Survey Center on American Life's website.
That's not really in the line.
Why is it not doing that? Because that tab no longer exists.
Mm.
That tab no longer exists. So there we go. Moral behavior, cultural crime. Yeah, I don't. Without knowing the exact name of it, it'd be hard to find.
I'm gonna look through this MSN thing and see if there's more, if there's a hyperlink somewhere. So, just going through this MSN article, it says, and it's written. Okay, hold on. We are witnessing societal shift and young men form and maintain relationship, both platonic and romantic. Stated Dr. Richard Reeves. He's the studies lead researcher, so maybe you could find it under him. Dr. Richard Reeves, like Christopher Reeves. Experts point to a complex cocktail of the factors contributing to epidemic of loneliness. It is not a single issue, but a confluence of economic, social, and technological issues. Everything that you just said, Tim. What did you call it? The scrolling, the thing scrolling.
That doom scrolling.
Yeah, the decline of third places. Sociologists have long emphasized the importance of third places, locations outside of the home and work life, like community centers, clubs, and churches, for building social ties. The decline of these institutions, accelerated by the pandemic and the shift into digital life, has removed cultural arenas for spontaneous social interaction. This is why I said we had to be outside.
Right. We had to
We
be
had
out.
to. I mean, listen. To be honest, we kind of had it like the best. We was outside. Economic precarity with rising cost of living and wage stagnation. Many young men feel they haven't met the traditional markers of stability, a steady career, home ownership, often seen as a prerequisite for partnership. It's
So so Dr. Reeves is out here doing what people be saying that men need to do. He started a foundation called, or an organization called, American Institute for Boys and Men. And this is their whole little mission statement. The vision is: the American Institute for Boys and Men conducts nonpartisan research on issues that affect the well being of boys and men across the United States and designs programs and policies to help them thrive. Like, this is dope.
oh, look at this. Many young men were not socialized to develop these skills, explains Dr. Lisa Wade, a sociologist at Tulane University. In a recent interview with The Atlantic on November 28th, 2025, the old model of masculinity didn't prioritize emotional intelligence. Now it is a core requirement for a healthy relationship. And many men are finding themselves unprepared for this new reality. This creates a mismatch where a large number of men are struggling to meet the evolving expectations of potential partners.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. It's conversations that go on all the time, especially like in
Mm-hmm.
back chats. It goes to show the importance of going outside. It's important to go out. It's to be outside is important.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh,
straight.
wow. So contributing. So wow, contributing factors: decline in social institutions, primary impact on young men, further opportunities in person platonic friendships, supporting data point sources, fictionalized from recent trends. 22% of men report having no close friends, up from 5% in 2025. Survey Center on American Life. It's actually like it's still pointing to this thing. And so dating app dynamics, high competition and rejection rates lead to burnout and low self-worth. Men like profiles 3 times more than women, but receive 60% fewer matches. Stanford App Analytics, October 2025. Um, Evolving relationship standards. Lack of emotional communication skills becomes a major barrier to partnership. Poor communication cited as the number one reason for breakups by women under 35. Shit, it's older than that.
Yep. So that's what the real issue is that dudes are afraid to get shot down with shooting a shot. And I think this right here has a lot to do with it. And the reason why is because back in the days, hey baby, what was it? Get away from me, blah, blah. Oh, okay, there's the dude that'll be like, well, forget you didn't trick and go off on you. Then there's the dude that'll be like, all right, cool. But now it's like, do you see this dude trying to holler at me? Look at him, y'all. Look at this shit. Look. So that that adds an extra layer of fear that this new generation has, because they're the generation of the going viral and all of that. And who wants to be the dude to go viral for that reason? And because the internet never forgets. So now you forever are a meme. You the dude that got this that day. Like all of these dudes where the girls be like, he left me at the airport. Look, he see him. He leaving me at the airport because he flew me out and he mad he didn't get. Who wants to be that dude? Nobody want to be that dude.
Man, my son is in this age category, like both of them, and they don't have no problem.
Yeah, but you made sure that they grew up outside.
Yeah, yeah. And now I'm looking at my younger son, like, are you gonna be that fucking weirdo?
Like, yeah. So we see the importance of growing up outside. Growing up outside is very important.
hmm
It is very, very importantissimo. Yeah, but let me see. We've been on here a half hour, and I'm like, we ain't gotta drag it on unless you want to make a point or let everybody know what's going on, where they can find you, what's going down with you.
Well, I'm one part of what we call the Diabolical Divas, and we are on Paradigm Shift TV 314 every Saturday or Sunday. Let me repeat, every Saturday or Sunday. And yeah, hope you guys come out and watch the show this Sunday. We will be sitting down with the Hebrew Israelite brother Captain K and my brother Hemi the Barbarian at 8:15 Eastern Time. And Timothy, thank you for having me up on the Average Black Man Show. I
Right on,
truly
right, right
appreciate
on.
it.
This is an impromptu show, so I was actually surprised to see the numbers jump up to 33 and then jump down to 7. Like, wow, forget y'all then. Forget y'all then.
That's okay. That's okay. We getting ready to all be working. Don't worry about it. We all gonna be working.
Right. So thank everybody that sat down with us and tuned in for a minute. If you the show is real short, so if you're interested and you're still watching, just rewind it back to the beginning and get the info. We really break it down. And to the next one,